welcome to the... Wait.
Okay. We'll just start. Just keep it rolling. The show must go on.
Oh my God. 20.
You think I'm joking? I'm gonna buy one of those little clackers. Clack.
Come explore the unknown with us and enter the Chamber of Shadows. I'm your host, Selene, and I am joined by our co-host, Endora. Endora, say hi.
Good evening, spooky fam.
Okay, let me give a little context to the people. I'm kind of losing it right now because we've already done this 2 or 3 times. And the very first time, Endora's mic just completely busted out and fell in her face. So
Literally startled me. I was like, what?
Oh my God. So, yeah, welcome back. It has been a couple weeks since we've recorded because I finally got the episodes up and on air. In that time, Endora, y'all came to visit me. What did you think about Wilmington?
Oh my gosh. It was so beautiful. And I knew it was going to be beautiful, but I did think it was going to be kind of tourist trappy. It's not at all. It's really not unlike Gettysburg in that it is very historical, and they've y'all have preserved a lot of that there in that little town, and it was my entire experience was lovely. I really enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I really love it here. I actually just recently walked into one of the mansions that they have here, and I went with my dad, and honestly, we were both kind of blown away because of, I mean, the one that we went into, which I told you I want to talk about at some point, because it has a lot of history, and it had a lot happen. So, but we will get to that episode at some point. I mainly wanted to ask because this week we are having our first cursed film episode.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I live for this. Yeah.
Well, I just found out about a couple more, so we can start kind of filling in blanks in some other areas as well. But I figured we could go ahead. I could do my little synopsis and we can get started. How's that sound?
Let's do it.
Perfect. Let me. Welcome to Wilmywood, the filming location of hundreds of film and television productions. Some of these productions include One Tree Hill, The Summer I Turned Pretty, 2020's Scream, The Longest Ride, Iron Man 3, the 2012 The Conjuring, the 2011 The Conjuring, A Walk to Remember, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and the film we will be going over today, The Crow. Filmed in 1993, The Crow was intended to be the film to launch the career of Brandon Lee. It instead took a dark turn. This, along with other incredibly unfortunate events that took place on set, are some of the reasons the film is labeled as cursed. So, let's take a deep dive at these reasons and explore our first episode on cursed films.
Yes. I love it.
Yay! All right. This is an interruption of scheduled broadcasting to put out a trigger warning for the content in this episode. We will be talking about the film The Crow, and in this, we do talk about violence and murder and rape. So, is there anything else you want to add, Endora?
No, honey, but if you guys are triggered by any of that, we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks. For those of you who have not seen the original Crow, Sorry, I'm dying today. Who have not seen the original Crow, because I know they made a remake, I don't know, sometime within the past 3 years, I think. Um, we I actually finally watched it. I figured it would be sinful to do an episode on it and not have seen the movie, so
You're going to hell for that for sure. Yeah.
yeah, Well, the film came out in 1994, and it's about this couple. So, this couple the night before their wedding, which was Oc their wedding was supposed to be on Halloween, October 31st, so it was October 30th. Um, a musician and his fiancée are brutally murdered by gang members. On the anniversary of their death a year later, he rises from the grave and assumes this gothic mantle of the Crow, which is a supernatural avenger, and he tracks down their murderers.
Oh, hey, maybe we should do spoiler alert
Oh,
for
yes.
people who we're like
Yes.
telling people to watch it, but never mind. We're going to tell you everything that happened.
Yeah, so if you don't wanna watch it and you just wanna hear about it, that's fine because we will talk about it at the end. Um, but, yeah, if you do wanna watch it, maybe go watch it and then come back and listen. Um, so just a little background further on this. The director for the 1994 The Crow was Alex Proyas. The story was originally by a man named James O'Barr, and I will talk more about him later. Just I guess a little fun fact, it cost 23 million US dollars for this filming. Their gross revenue was roughly 94 million US dollars. So, some of the things that happened on set that we're about to cover, the big question is, was this kind of a normal thing for 90s Hollywood and even earlier than that, um, Hollywood? I mean, we've heard a lot about different accidents and such on different films, or was there something else, such as a curse, going on? So I think that's kind of one of the big questions about this being a cursed film.
Yeah. Yeah. Was this a novel before it was a movie, or was it just a screenplay? Well, I get shouldn't say just because it's amazing, but yeah.
I don't think I could be corrected, but I don't think he made a novel.
Okay.
I don't think. But I will get into where this kinda came from.
Okay.
Some of the incidents on set I wanted to mention, one of the first things that happened was a carpenter was severely injured by power lines on the first day of filming. A crane that he was operating in hit live power lines, and he actually suffered third-degree burns.
Jesus.
I read something where one of the publicists, Jason D. Scott, got into a car accident. I only saw 1 or 2 places where this was mentioned. There were some others that said that this was inaccurate, so I don't know 100%, but I did wanna mention it just in case it did actually happen. Another thing that happened after this was a grip truck that caught fire.
What's a grip truck?
I think it's just one of the trucks that they use on the sets of filming.
Okay. Like the engine or like the inside?
I don't know. I
Huh.
couldn't and obviously I didn't look very much into if it was the engine itself or something else. I would assume that it was the engine, but you know what they say about assumptions. Let's see. Oh, yes. A disgruntled carpenter drove their car through a shop after he was let go. Yes.
Okay.
A construction worker accidentally drove a screwdriver through his hand when he slipped.
Oh,
And something that can be very common in the city of Wilmington were intense storms. They had some
oh.
intense storms come in through this time, and the sets actually got destroyed. So it led to a hiatus.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So There's definitely some different things that they had going on, but the most famous has to do with Brandon Lee. Brandon Lee is the son of Bruce Lee, for anybody who's listening and does not know that. The incident took place on March 31st, 1993, and Brandon was 28 years old. It's reported that this also happened the day before his own wedding. And I saw that one or two places, so correct me if I'm wrong, but that is what I heard as well. So we start to see some parallels coming in here, which is part of what made the film so successful. Brandon was the son of Bruce Lee and Linda Lee, and he has a sister, or had a sister, named Shannon Lee. So again, kind of spoiler warning here for the actual movie. So, again, if you haven't seen it and you want to, stop here because we're going to start talking about things that happened in the film. So, they are filming a scene where Brandon's character encounters armed gang members. And they wanted to make this as realistic as possible, so they actually used a real 44 revolver with blank rounds. The gun was being used by Michael Massey's character, and they later learned that it was loaded improperly, and one of the bullet fragments became lodged in the barrel during a previous test. Nobody checked the gun before refilming it, and the gunpowder in the blank cartridge actually ignited and ended up striking Brandon in the stomach at full force.
Oh god. Mm.
Yes. Immediately after this, they rushed him to New Hanover Regional Medical Center, and he did undergo surgery. However, unfortunately, after 6 hours of surgery at the age of 28, he died of blood loss, internal injuries, and heart failure.
Wow. It was such a tragedy too. Um, I I don't I know that I saw this movie when it first came out. I don't um I didn't pay much attention to it. I'm guessing I was probably making out in a car. But
Oh my
we were
god.
we watched it together just a couple nights ago, and I will say he was quite something. He was a big deal.
Yeah,
He was going to be
he did
amazing.
excellent.
Oh
He was
my god, yeah.
excellent in the film.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, I feel like he really got into his character and bodied it. Um, so it really does make you wonder, what could have been. Some of the aftermath that came of this, though, I did want to note that Massey did not face any criminal charges. Brandon's mother did successfully sue filmmakers for an undisclosed amount, but the talk of a curse ignited, which is what added to the success of this film. We had all these different things happen, and including, unfortunately, a death. And people were watching a dead man act in the role of a dead man who was then resurrected to avenge his murder. So there was this kind of uncanny intertwinement with everything. So I tried, because obviously I did the research and then I watched it. And I tried to really think about, like, that aspect of it. Like, I tried to kind of get in that mindset, and it was definitely very weird.
I agree. It was very eerie. Um, as far as the shooting, the movie was shot beautifully. He was shot 100 times in this movie.
Yeah, he
So,
was.
yeah, the fact that, geez, ow, just one little mistake and
Yeah.
we've lost him forever.
Yeah.
That's that's very upsetting. The irony, of a dead man playing a dead man, revenging his death, and the death of his fiancée. I find it kind of hard to believe that he was getting married in the middle of filming. That sounds kinda crazy to
It
me.
does sound crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, maybe she was, with child or something and they were
Oh,
trying to hurry. It was the '90s,
oh,
that we were still trying to hide stuff in the '90s. So
scandalous.
I don't know that. I don't know any of that, but I mean, why else would you be in a hurry to get
No,
married?
literally, I'm Doctor
Yeah.
Googling it right now. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna retract my previous statement. He was supposed to get married, but it was not the day before. It was pretty much right before, though. Um, so again, this was March 31st, 1993, and they were set to get married on April 17th, 1993.
I can see it. I mean, they almost take away from just the damnation of the whole thing by changing it, trying to make it like the movie. It was already like the movie. It didn't
Yeah,
have to be.
yeah,
Um, yeah,
yeah.
didn't
I
we
agree.
didn't need those little extra pieces. It's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
it's crazy by itself.
It is
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, even the the actual like, how everything went down is crazy. But, I mean, Hollywood, which I'm very interested to see how this plays out with our other cursed films. Hollywood was very, very different then compared to what it is now. There are a
Yeah.
lot more safety measures, and I'm not saying it's perfect now, but
Sure. Yeah.
it is very different now compared to then, and yeah, I mean, I was talking to somebody and I was like, "Oh, yeah, like, this week's episode is gonna be, the cursed film and Brandon Lee." And they're like, "Oh, that was just a couple years ago, right?" And I was like, "Nope, you are thinking of the wrong
Yeah.
the wrong thing. That was Alec Baldwin, right?
Oh
A
yes.
couple
Yeah.
years ago?"
Yeah, and oh, I should be ashamed of myself for not knowing the name of the movie, but yeah, his gun was loaded with bullets, so that was
Oh.
yeah,
See,
yes,
I haven't even actually looked into
yeah,
what exactly happened there. I remember it being huge, but I never really looked too far into it.
yeah, I mean, what a tragedy. The amazing part to me about them continuing to shoot, these actors, like, knew him, they were buddies.
Yeah.
It was really sad, and one of them is just a little girl, and what a little actress she
Yeah.
is, or
She
was. She's a
was, she
grown
was.
woman now,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
No,
Oh, that's
and
really hard.
that was one thing I saw. I don't know if I put it in here, but, I did see that apparently Massey, like, handled everything with Brandon's mom privately. They talked about things in a private matter, which, in my opinion, is probably best. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah,
want all of that aired out. It's
no,
already, a huge thing because of what happened, how it happened, and who it happened to. So I can understand wanting the privacy of that. And I think he even mentioned in an interview he did later that he was only going to speak about it once and he never talked about it again after that. So, um,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. But I also learned a little bit more about the man behind the story, James O'Barr. And
okay,
I thought this was really interesting. Um, they wanna talk about this being a cursed film. Well, we can throw it back a little earlier and see if the curse really started before the actual filming process. In 1978, 18-year-old James O'Barr lost his fiancée to a drunk driver.
oh,
Yeah. He had told people his whole existence was wrapped around her. He felt like there was nothing in his future now. And he noted being very furious and angry. And I mean, that's a completely reasonable emotion. Completely reasonable.
of course,
Over time though, he actually got inspiration as well through a Detroit couple that was killed over a $20 engagement ring, and he added in the punk
Mm.
aesthetic of bands that he loved. I heard it was the Stooges and Joy Division,
Yeah.
and he created The Crow, and he mentioned that it was a love letter to his girlfriend who died.
Wow. That's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Mhm. Aw.
It just for that to happen and then all of the unfortunate circumstances to follow that during filming, it does kinda make you wonder. It makes you wonder.
Well, listen, as soon as you get to Wilmington, before you get to Wilmington, you're already feeling the spooky vibe.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is very I can definitely see why you're drawn to it now.
yeah.
Before I was like, "Why is she living in a tourist trap?" And now I'm like, "Oh, no, it's beautiful. No, you should
No!
love it."
No, it's very beautiful. A lot of antebellum homes and buildings. Um, and I mean, I find new things every day. I learn new things every day. And it's definitely I mean, this is one of the oldest cities in North Carolina. It's definitely in the top 10 overall, but I think when I looked, it was in the top 5 or 6 oldest cities that are still in existence in North Carolina. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Mhm. Lots and lots of history here. But let's talk about the movie.
Okay.
So, one of the things that I wanted to mention, was the scene of the attack. You know, we see them come in, they attack her, they rape her. Um, he comes in.
Oh, yeah, we should probably do a trigger warning for that too.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
yeah.
I'll add that in. I'll do yeah. Um, but yes, they attack her, they rape her. He comes in, you know, they kinda beat him up and then they shoot him and push him through this window. So, when we're seeing this and experiencing this through the movie, they made very short clips of it. Did you notice that?
Yeah,
Like,
but
the
I
way
thought
they filmed it
yeah.
was very short.
Yeah, I think that was by design, so you feel off kilter in the
Mhm.
beginning and you don't really have any what the hell is going on? Yeah, I think
Well,
they do that on purpose.
I agree with that. I think it's yeah, 100%. But I also read that the scene of him being shot was real. So, I wondered if that could have potentially been another reason for why they made it so chopped.
I'm sorry, what? Not really. That can't be real. His murder?
I
I mean, well, I
that's
guess okay, murder's a strong word. His unintentional death.
yeah,
um,
so from what I read something in one of the articles that I was going through that the scene of him being shot was real, and it actually they didn't realize at the time that he was being serious. So it took him a minute to actually, like, comprehend, like, "Oh, no, like, something actually happened," rather than he's
oh.
just acting.
They would never be allowed to just his
You don't
mother
think?
wouldn't oh, no, I don't think that's real. There's
I
no way.
mean, what
Would
about
you?
I
Yeah,
mean, I don't know, but I mean,
yeah.
even in the James Bond movies, isn't it James Bond where he breaks his ankle or something in filming
Oh, I don't
and they keep
know.
that in? Like, I feel like sometimes again in these films, they're in leaving in some of these really like horrific things.
No, I mean, I know it's true. I know, right off the top of my head, the scene from Jaws, the very first scene where of the attack,
Mhm.
when she's naked in the water. They put her on this thing that's underneath the water that's sort of making it seem like she's being
Yeah,
thrashed around when in reality she's attached to a machine, but it hurt her back. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it fractured her spine.
I think it
Um,
did, I think you're
and they
right.
kept that in. She
Well,
was fine. She wasn't paralyzed. You know, she
the
did
same thing happened in Exorcism too, though, did it not?
the exorcism of Emily Rose.
Or
Is that what
sorry,
you
no,
mean?
The Exorcist. Sorry.
Unsure. I don't know.
'Cause didn't they use something to or I mean,
Oh
maybe
yes.
that's
Yes, when she was
when
flopping
she
in
was
the
in bed?
bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, that is true. I heard Linda Blair say that. That is true. I forgot about that. But yeah, yep. Yeah, and the same thing happened to oh, Dexter Morgan's wife, you know, the cutie one. His
N
sister
no.
in Emily Rose, in The Exorcism of Emily
Oh,
Rose.
okay.
She when she snaps backwards and then turns to her boyfriend in the church and says, "Help me." Like, that injured her spine. Yeah.
I have not
Yes.
watched that movie. The last time I watched that movie the first time I watched it was with a friend, and we didn't, like, actually sit and watch it. So I remember I was like, "Ooh, like, I kinda wanna watch it again and actually pay attention this time," and I was young. I mean, I was old enough I was probably in middle school. I think I was in middle school, and so I watched it by myself again, and I felt fine,
Mhm,
and I learned that it was based off of a true story,
mhm.
and I decided it would be a great idea to go on YouTube, because YouTube used to be very, very popular at the time, and search up the original audio.
What?
So I did that. I don't actually know if the audio that I heard or listened to was, like, actually from that case or if it was even authentic, but it triggered something because I started experiencing paranormal activity all over again. S
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, this is a new story. What kind of paranormal activity?
I believe this was what triggered I told you about the story where I was laying in bed and I was, like, dead asleep, and I just snapped out and, like, immediately sat up and booked it out of my room because I
Yeah.
thought something was watching me from my closet. I think that's what actually originally created my closet problems. I fun fact, I have a problem with
Not my
open closets.
not my closet problems.
Well, I would.
What?
Yeah, and maybe it's not even specifically closet, but, like, doors. I especially when it's dark out, I do not like opening doors to rooms. I don't like
Suddenly,
it.
you
I
make it.
hate it when you do that.
Andy, I love to do that. Your face is always so good.
I
You
hate it.
always make a good face.
I hate it so much.
The
Like,
payoff
you're
is so
so
worth
good
it.
at it, it's actually like I might call a priest.
I know priest coming in here. You can call him if you want.
I'll just I'll just lure you out of your house. Oh my god. Um, okay, sorry, yes, back to so I don't know again, I don't know if that's real, that's just another thing that I read is that the scene that they kept was the real scene. I don't know how many shots they would have taken of that, no pun intended.
Oh.
But yeah. I don't know how many what's another word? Whatever,
Mm.
insert synonym here for shot. But takes, how many
Takes.
takes?
Takes.
That's a
Yeah.
great
Like it.
word. There we go,
Mhm.
that's much better. I don't know how many takes they would have done of that, and I don't know if that would have added to, but it also makes me wonder, with his death, how do you think the movie would have been different? Do you think it would have been different if he didn't die?
Yeah. I definitely do. Um, I thought they did an amazing job, but I definitely could see, and I'm sure you could too, where it was edited around, his untimely death. Um,
Like, okay, give me some examples.
you can just see it. So, anytime that he's got his back to you and he's talking after that point, it seems to me, of course, that's what this is. And
Yeah.
then there are also some that you can see that you can be like, "Oh, they must have filmed out of sequence." Because this is
Right.
clearly him speaking, and this is clearly after the point. Yeah,
Well, and that's another thing too is I don't know what order they filmed in.
right.
So I don't know if they filmed the attack scene last or if they filmed that somewhere in the middle. Obviously, they didn't film it first because
Well, it couldn't have been that hard because he's always wearing the same thing. His face always looks the same, except when they do the flashbacks, which were clearly done long before. That was
yeah,
probably the very first things they filmed. Um, when he had just a normal handsome face. So I think I think it changed the trajectory of the film. I think it was it was a great film. I really liked it a
yeah,
lot. I probably would have it probably in my imagination, I say it probably would have been in my top 10 only because I think they would have allowed him to finish, if he was allowed to finish, I think it would have been exactly what he was trying to accomplish on film. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean? Yeah.
yeah. Um, Sorry, I just lost my train of thought. Um, oh gosh, what was I gonna ask? Oh, that's what I was gonna ask. You would obviously know this much better than I would. I mean, how would something without his death in this intertwined in this, how do you think this would have been taken as a 90s film that's supernatural like this? Does
Yeah,
that make sense?
I think it would have been in the superhero realm, I think. Um, I definitely see where there would have been opportunity for Crow too. You know,
Yeah,
even though he was gone, definitely
right.
his influence could have gone on
Yeah,
many times. It would have been a big I think it would have been a he would have been every bit as big as Hannibal Lecter, or I believe that. I believe that that's
so you
true, that
think it would
he
have been it would have been an accepted film
Oh,
even
absolutely,
if he
yes.
hadn't? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. This is all around the time when all of that good, really good
Yeah.
horror was happening, was being born, and things were changing, and we were starting to find things we like about the evil characters or the murderous characters.
Yeah.
We were starting to find things that we could relate to them about. Like, I'm no cannibal, but Hannibal's my dude.
Well, the only reason I ask is because, things like that and things like Michael Myers and so on and so forth, um, it doesn't have this supernatural element to it. And, I don't think that and again, you would know much better than I would, but I wouldn't think that that would be as widely accepted in the 90s as it is now because
Well,
of that supernatural the I
I
guess
mean,
because it kind of goes against religious perspectives, right? Like
yeah, but the 90s, I mean, more things were starting to be everyday in the 90s, towards the end of the 80s into the 90s. And let's not forget, this is also interview of the vampire time,
yeah, that's
interview
true.
with the vampire, sorry. Um this is around that time, and she did a few films.
Uh-huh.
Um Lestat was played by at least one other, I think 2 other. So, I mean, yeah, it was, yeah, we were ready. We were definitely ready,
Yeah.
and loving it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Um, my one other note that I took that I actually really loved that they included in the filming process was the crow grabbing the ring at the end of the film and giving
Ah,
it back to her.
ah, why? Why? It's horror. You're not supposed to try to give me the feels. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yes.
oh my god.
God bless you.
Did you that was not a sneeze.
That was a
I've been
that
drinking
was a
this
little
seltzer, it's that bubbly coming back up. Um, well, I thought it was interesting because, we know that crows like to leave gifts. And they like shiny things. So I thought it was really neat for them to include that in the film of,
Yes. Yeah,
him grabbing that ring and giving it back to her in this
lovely.
kind of full circle, even with the like crows in real life.
Yeah,
I loved that.
yeah. Me too.
Um,
I did too. It was I wish I woulda watched it the first time instead of making out with some guy I probably will never see again.
well, the more you know, life experience. Oh my god. I do you think that this is a cursed film?
No, I think it was a series of unfortunate events.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, weather's weather. You know what it's
Of
like there.
course. Yeah.
Um, and accidents happen, but wow. I mean, I know that there are people that say that his father um was taken out. Um, let's get ready to happen again.
Oh,
um, that think that his father was taken out. Um, by I mean, I've heard many, many different explanations and organizations involved with Bruce Lee's murder,
yeah.
but I honestly, I don't think that that's what's at play here. I think this was a tragic, horrible accident.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that he went. Um, I hope he's come back in now, and we're about to see him do something amazing
Yeah.
because I really would root for him. I really would.
Do you think that it's coincidental that this is a film that was loosely based off of a real life event, and then another similar real life event occurs during filming?
I mean, I honestly feel like you could say that about a lot of, you know, is it a coincidence? Is it irony? What is it?
Do you believe in coincidences?
No,
Okay.
no,
I don't either.
yeah, no. I think everything's by design, whether you know you're doing it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, I mean, again, I feel like it goes back to filming was very different then. Um, I'm interested to see how some of these other cursed films that we'll talk about that are more recent come out. And, I know one of them I want to add in is Batman and the Joker.
which which
So,
which Batman? Honey?
I think multiple of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently that's a theme with the Joker. So, maybe I'll make that one our next one. Um, but I'm interested to see how this cursed film kind of shifts from more of this physical aspect of people are being wounded, people are being killed on sets to potentially, more of a mental thing like the Joker, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah,
with these cursed films, are we gonna start seeing less of the physical aspects of it and more of the mental now that our filming industry is different? Or I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of method actors that say it gets in your brain and you can't really get it out.
Right,
Yeah. Yep.
right. Well, I know that happened with the Joker. Who there was another one though, was it there not? Who really stooped into their character?
I mean, I would say probably Jack Nicholson was the most amazing Joker to me. Um, but Heath Ledger, well, I mean, he's no chump. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, I just gasped because I was like, "Wait, what about in Longlegs?" Um,
Oh my god.
I would be interested to see how his character well, not his character, but him in real life, how he was affected by getting in the mindset of his character.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to start talking about Nicolas
Yeah,
Cage
I
again
know. I
because
know.
people are gonna think I'm obsessed with him, but I just really like him. I just like
Oh.
him a lot. Yeah. But but I didn't I watched Longlegs. I really was lost. I was so lost.
It's I mean, it was a movie. I really enjoyed it, um, up into the twist at the very end. I feel like they ruined the entire movie with that.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was. Sorry.
Maybe you should rewatch it. Well, do you have any final thoughts on The Crow?
No, I am this is what I'll say. I'll say I loved it
I did too.
and I will say that man, we lost a big deal. That
Yeah.
we lost a great he was going to be something. That
Yeah.
was really going to yeah,
Yeah.
he
I
was
mean,
going to be
he
huge. When they say that that movie was going to blow him up,
yeah.
they weren't wrong. It was.
Yeah. He did excellent in it. He really I mean, yeah, if you haven't seen it, you just need to watch it. Um, I think he just really bodied that character and he did it well.
Yeah, hopefully we didn't spoil too much, but even if we told you the whole story, just watching it is
Yeah. I
it's
mean,
shot so beautifully and yeah, everything
yeah.
about it. Yeah, when you told me that that was filmed in Wilmington,
Mhm.
I was now I see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, yes. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, yes. Well, as far as where to find us before we close out, we are on TikTok at the Chamber of Shadows, and we are on Instagram at the Chamber of Shadows. If you have any case suggestions, any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to email us or message us on
At
any of the platforms at I was getting there. No,
Okay. Sorry.
the Chamber of Shadows at gmail.com. Um, I have noticed that we have some listeners. I don't even know where some of them are coming from. So,
We can't see that, can we? Can we see that? Where they are?
I can see some of them are Apple. I th- I think more of them are Spotify though, which is
Oh, okay.
interesting to me. Um, I don't know if they found us somehow or if they were searching up the topic and we came up. So if you're still listening, hello, thank you. And if you're new, welcome anyways. Hopefully, as we continue to learn and get better with all of the podcasting, then we'll retain some
Yes.
people and
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna be killing it out here. So
killing
you
it.
guys need to please, please, please like, share, and subscribe.
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
Well, with that, I bid you adieu. And until next week.
That's right. Next week, I'm so excited.
Same. We have some really, really good episodes coming up.
Yeah, spooky
Really great
seasons.
topics.
Yeah, we're gonna be killing it. So
Yeah.
Please be
Yeah.
here. Please come back.
Yeah,
Please come see us.
please. Well, until next time.
Good night.